The signal started at 2:14 a.m., when most of Earth was asleep. Only one person saw it the moment it appeared, Dr. Rana, a quiet scientist working the night shift at the Deep Space Listening Station. He looked at the repeating pulse on his screen and frowned. A signal from Jupiter, repeating every 9 seconds, clear, sharp, and too perfect to be natural. At first, he thought it was an error, so he checked the system twice. Nothing was wrong. The signal was real, and it was getting stronger. He opened a secure channel and called Earth Command. Within minutes, generals, analysts, and scientists were on the line, staring at the same repeating pulse. No one understood it. No one could decode it. Then the impossible happened. A shadow appeared on the edge of Jupiter, then another, then thousands, a full alien fleet, rising slowly like giants waking from deep sleep. Their ships were huge but damaged. Some looked cracked, some burned, some covered in ancient markings that no human language could describe. It was clear they had traveled very far, maybe for centuries, maybe for thousands of years. Earth Command panicked. Every defense system came online. Every satellite switched to combat mode. People on Earth had no idea what was coming, but the sky was about to change forever. The alien fleet moved toward Earth in a slow but direct line, then unexpectedly they stopped. Every ship froze in space at the exact same moment, not because humans did anything, but because the aliens saw something on Earth that shocked them. A single message appeared on all human screens, written in a frightening language that translated itself instantly. It said only 4 words: "We were not expecting you." Dr. Rana felt his heart drop. Why would aliens be surprised? Why would they act like humans should not exist? Before he could think, Earth Command ordered him to check old archaeological records. Something in those records matched the alien symbols. When he searched the database, he found something strange. Under the Pacific Ocean, deep below the ocean floor, there were ruins, a structure older than every known human civilization, older than the pyramids, older than ancient Sumer, older than anything humans had ever built. The structure was exactly 9,000 years old, and for the first time, it was glowing, back in space. The alien fleet sent a second message. This time, the voice sounded afraid. "Do not activate the core." Earth Command was confused. Humans had not activated anything, but the ocean structure did not care. It awakened on its own, releasing light that traveled across the planet like waves. Earth trembled. Seismic alarms went off everywhere. People woke up in panic. Something deep inside Earth had started after thousands of silent years. Then everything changed. Defense satellites that humans had built years ago suddenly began moving on their own. New weapons appeared in orbit. Machines Earth never created, systems humans never programmed came online, glowing with the same strange light as the alien symbols. Earth Command demanded answers. Dr. Rana whispered the only explanation he could think of. Someone left this technology on Earth long before humans were ready. Up in space, the alien fleet panicked. Their ships tried to pull away, to escape, to flee, because they recognized the technology. It belonged to a long-dead super race, a race the aliens feared more than death. Before the aliens could move even one ship, Earth's newly awakened systems scanned their entire fleet in less than a second. And then, without warning, Earth countered. A blast of pure energy shot from an orbital platform no human had ever seen before. The beam passed through space like a silent knife, cutting straight through the alien flagship. The universe froze. Earth Command stared in shock. Dr. Rana whispered the question, growing in every human mind: who gave us this power? The alien flagship broke apart in silence, its pieces drifting in a cold dark as if time itself had stopped. Earth Command watched the scene with shock and fear. No one had fired the weapon. No human had pressed any button. But Earth's mysterious ancient systems had acted on their own. Dr. Rana stood frozen at his console. His screen was covered in symbols he had never seen before. The symbols pulsed slowly, almost like a heartbeat. It was as if the planet itself was waking up. Another message came from the alien fleet. This time it was not threatening. It was desperate. "Humans, do not touch the core. You do not understand what sleeps beneath your oceans." The remaining alien ships formed a defensive wall, not facing Earth, but facing the ocean structure. They were not trying to invade anymore. They were trying to stop something else, something they feared more than humanity. Earth Command sent drones toward the ruins under the Pacific. The drones recorded impossible images. A giant city lay hidden beneath miles of rock and water. The walls were made of a strange metal that reflected no light. It looked alive. It was shaped like nothing humans had ever built. When the drones got closer, the ruins responded. Lights switched on, filling the dark water with soft blue waves. Giant gates opened slowly, as if welcoming them. Something ancient and patient was waiting inside. Dr. Ranad dug deeper into the archaeological files. He found old images taken decades ago by deep-sea explorers, images the world had forgotten. The structures were already there, already impossible, but no one had understood their age at the time. Now the truth was clear. The ruins were exactly 9,000 years old, placed on Earth long before human civilization began, placed by someone who had planned far ahead. Earth Command gathered all leaders for an emergency meeting. Dr. Rana explained his theory in a shaking voice. Someone did not just visit Earth. Someone guided early humans. Someone gave them something, maybe knowledge, maybe protection. As everyone argued, the ancient systems in orbit began forming new connections. Satellites humans thought were dead came online. Unknown stations appeared on Earth's radar. As if rising out of the dark, it felt like Earth was becoming something new, something humans were only now discovering. Meanwhile, in orbit, the alien fleet tried to contact Earth again. Their commander appeared on every screen. He looked terrified. "You must not activate the Architect core. If it wakes fully, none of us will survive." Dr. Rana asked, "Who are the architects?" The alien commander hesitated, then answered, "They were the oldest builders in the galaxy, masters of time, masters of energy. They vanished long ago, but they left creations behind. Traps, machines, experiments. We believe their last experiment died thousands of years ago." He pointed toward Earth. "We were wrong." At that exact moment, deep under the Pacific, something huge moved. The ocean shook. Waves rose higher than ever recorded. The city beneath the water opened its central chamber, releasing a beam of light that shot into the sky like a pillar. The beam connected with the mysterious orbital systems. Every human device shut down for 1 second. Every alien ship screamed with alarms. The Architect core had awakened. Dr. Rana stared at the rising energy and whispered the truth he now understood. Humans were not an accident. We were prepared, shaped for something bigger. But the deeper question filled the room with fear. Prepared for what? The light from the Architect core spread across the sky like a giant glowing river. Everyone on Earth watched it with fear. It looked beautiful, but it felt wrong. It felt too powerful, too old, too aware. In orbit, alien ships pulled back in panic. Their alarms screamed louder than before. The alien commander shouted a warning. "The core is building something. You must shut it down. Stop it before it chooses a side." Earth Command tried to override the ancient systems. Every engineer typed as fast as they could, but the systems did not respond. It was like trying to control a storm with bare hands. Dr. Rana studied the symbols on his screen. He noticed something strange. The patterns were changing. They looked almost like DNA, almost like human DNA. He whispered, "The architects did not just build machines, they built life." No one wanted to believe him, but the truth was becoming harder to ignore. Far above Earth, the awakened satellites began to move. They aligned in a perfect circle. Then beams of light connected them. A giant ring formed in the darkness of space. It spun slowly at first, then faster, building energy that no human reactor could ever create. The alien fleet saw this and prepared for war. Their ships opened their weapon bays. They aimed everything they had at the ring. They knew what was coming. They had seen it before. "Earth, listen," the alien commander said, his voice shaking. "If the ring completes its cycle, it will not attack us. It will attack everything it sees as a threat, including you." Earth Command demanded answers. "What does it see as a threat?" The alien commander replied with a single word: chaos. Meanwhile, the ocean city continued to open. More gates unlocked. More ancient machines powered up. The core was linking Earth's oceans, sky, and orbit into one giant network. A network designed for something huge. Dr. Rana made another discovery. He found a file deep in the research archives that almost no one had ever seen. It contained carvings from an old cave found decades ago. The carvings showed humans standing beside giant machines. The machines looked exactly like the architect designs. The carvings also showed a war between the architects and something else, something dark and shapeless, something that swallowed stars. Dr. Rana realized the truth. This is not a new war. This is a war that started thousands of years ago, and we were part of it from the beginning. But in orbit, Action came faster than answers. The ring finished charging. A bright pulse spread through the entire orbital network. Every alien ship was scanned in a fraction of a second. Their shields shattered. Their engines froze. They were helpless. Humans watched in shock. No human weapon had ever done this. This was Architect's technology. Power beyond anything Earth could imagine. The alien fleet attempted one final message. Humanity, the core is choosing. Protect yourselves. Before the message finished, the ring fired. A wave of silent energy pushed across space like an invisible tsunami. Alien ships broke apart without explosions. Their hulls turned to dust. Their weapons melted into nothing. Only one alien ship survived. The command ship. Because the core stopped the beam at the last second. As if it wanted the commander alive, Earth Command watched the surviving ship drift. Dr. Rana whispered the question no one wanted to ask. If the core can destroy an entire fleet in seconds, what will it do next? The core pulsed again. A deep sound echoed across the world. A sound like a heartbeat. A sound like something alive waking up for war. The heartbeat of the Architect core echoed across Earth. People felt it in their bones. Animals ran in fear. Even the oceans shook as if something huge was rising from the deep. Dr. Rana stared at the glowing ocean on his screen. He could see shadows moving under the water, large shapes, far bigger than any submarine or human machine. Shapes that looked alive but also made of metal. Earth Command opened a channel to the surviving alien commander. He looked pale, exhausted, and afraid. "There is no time," he said. "The real enemy has awakened." Everyone demanded answers. What enemy? The alien commander closed his eyes before speaking. "We call them the Null. They are not living. They are not machines. They are something in between. The architects created them long ago, but the Null found a way to evolve. Then they turned against their makers." Dr. Rana asked the question everyone feared. "Are the Null coming here?" The alien commander shook his head slowly. "They are already here," as if answering his words. The ocean exploded upward. A massive dark form rose from the waves. Its body twisted like smoke and metal combined. Its eyes burned with white fire. It looked at the sky like it remembered the stars it once destroyed. Earth Command activated every defense. Missiles launched. Lasers fired. But the Null absorbed the attacks like water absorbing rain. Nothing hurt it. Nothing slowed it. Then the Architect core reacted. Its blue light turned red. The sky filled with thin energy lines, each one connecting to the Null creature. The creature screamed, a sound that shook windows and cracked stone. But even the core could not destroy it. It only delayed it. Dr. Rana understood the danger. If one Null can cause this much damage, what happens if more come? The alien commander answered with a trembling voice. "The architects nearly died fighting them. What chance do we have?" But Earth's ancient systems had more surprises. Under the water, more structures opened. Giant towers rose from the seafloor like titans waking from long sleep. They aligned themselves in a perfect circle around the Null creature. Then energy shields formed, trapping it inside a dome of glowing light. For the first time, the Null struggled. It slammed against the shields. Each impact shook the entire ocean, but the dome held. Earth Command was relieved for a moment, but Dr. Rana was not. He saw a new signal rising from the Architect core. It was calling something in space, something far away, something big. The alien commander recognized it instantly. That signal will attract more Null. It is a battlefield call. The core is asking for all remaining defenders, but in this age, no defenders exist. Only us. Earth Command tried to stop the signal. They shut down power, blocked connections, overloaded transmitters, but nothing worked. The signal grew louder and stronger. It spread across the sky like a burning ring. Then something else happened. Space itself rippled. A tear opened near the moon. A dark vortex formed, twisting with strange energy. Every alarm on both human and alien ships activated at once. More Null were coming. Not one, not 10, but hundreds. Dr. Rana felt the world freeze around him. This was not just an alien attack. It was not even a war between species. This was the return of an ancient conflict that should have died 9,000 years ago. But humans were now in the center of it, chosen or not, ready or not. The Architect core pulsed again with a deep sound that shook the sky. It was preparing for something, a weapon, a command, a final protocol. Dr. Rana whispered the question that filled every human mind. What has the core awakened us for? The sky above Earth glowed red as the Architect core released its full power. The signal calling through space grew brighter, louder, stronger. The tier near the moon widened. Hundreds of null shapes drifted out like shadows made of burning metal. Earth Command watched with fear. Human ships formed a defensive line, but everyone knew it would not be enough. The null were too many, too ancient, too hungry. Dr. Rana stood in the center of the command room, his screen filled with new Architect symbols. They moved like living light. They formed shapes he had never seen before. Then he realized the truth. "They are instructions," he whispered. "The core is asking us to activate something." Before he could finish, the Architect core released a massive energy wave. It reached every human device, every ship, every soldier. Human technology began to change. Engines glowed brighter. Weapons hummed with new power. Armors repaired themselves. Machines humans had built were being upgraded by something far older. The alien commander watched in shock. "You are being armed," he said. "The core is choosing your species." Human ships rose into formation. Their engines burned with blue-white fire. Their weapons crackled with energy that broke the sound of space itself. For the first time in history, humans had technology equal to the Architects. The Null army arrived in full force. They rushed toward Earth like a dark storm. Every creature twisted and shifting like living nightmares. Earth Command gave the order, "All units, defend the planet." The battle began in a burst of blinding light. Human ships fired beams that tore through Null bodies. The Null screamed, a sound that shook the vacuum of space. But humans did not retreat. For the first time, they pushed forward. The alien fleet joined the fight. Together, they formed a wall of light and fire. But the Null kept coming. More and more poured through the tier. It felt endless. Then the Architect core activated its final protocol. A massive sphere of light formed above Earth. Inside the light, a new structure appeared. A giant ship, bigger than anything humans or aliens had ever seen. Its surface glowed gold and silver. Its shape was smooth and elegant. It was a creation of the Architects, left sleeping for 9,000 years, waiting for humanity to reach it. The ship spoke, its voice echoing across every human system. "Humanity, rise." The massive ship launched forward. It cut through the Null army like a blade made of stars. Null creatures shattered into dust as the golden ship swept through them. The tier in space trembled. The Null screamed in fear for the first time. The golden ship reached the tear and unleashed a final burst of light. The tier collapsed. The Null army vanished. Silence filled space. Earth Command stared in disbelief. Humans had survived. Against an enemy older than history. Against an army that had destroyed civilizations far stronger than Earth. Humanity had stood its ground. The golden ship slowly returned to Earth's orbit. A door opened. A beam of soft light carried Dr. Rana inside. He found himself standing before a glowing core of pure energy. It spoke again, calm and warm. "We guided your ancestors. We shaped your path. We trusted you with our final legacy." Dr. Rana felt small, but proud. He whispered, "Why us?" The core answered, "You were not the strongest. You were not the oldest. But you were the only ones who kept fighting." The golden ship sent one final message to all humanity, projected across the sky so every person could see it. "We knew you would survive. Now the galaxy belongs to you." Dr. Rana returned to Earth as the golden ship faded into the stars. Humanity watched it disappear, and for the first time, they understood their place in the universe, not as prey, not as victims, but as the heirs of the Architects, the protectors of the future.